The baby is about 1 day old and may have been born in the hotel. Officials have no idea who the parents are, but they suspect the couple may have been staying in the hotel Saturday night.
Well, a highlight up in Auburn today. Celebrity cars rolled into the spotlight of the Cruise International Auction this afternoon.
Thousands of dollars went from one pocketbook to another when each of the famous cars hit the auction block.
Bringing the most money of the celebrity cars, the flying musical car from the movie Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. It sold for $160,000. It's a car that brings back a lot of memories for a lot of kids.
Sure does. The car from the TV series The Green Hornet went for a cool $50,000, and probably the fastest car in the ring today, the race car driven by Tom Cruise in the movie Days of Thunder, and it sold for a mere $34,000.
And some celebrities themselves were at the auction. We spoke to one of those that we all love to hate and asked if he was buying.
I don't know. I hope not. My wife says don't buy anything, but I've seen a lot of pretty cars come through.
Well, Hagman isn't only in the market for buying cars. His 1988 Chevy Suburban limo went on the block, and it sold for $49,000. It's neat to have old Lair in town here, enjoying
JR.
Yeah, that's nice. And Eric Solness sitting in for Sandy Thompson, who is taking the day off today. Nice weather.
Yes, it was pretty good. I tried to auction my car up there yesterday, and they paid me to just drive it away.
No way was it.
Get that bucket of bolts out of here. So anyway, I drove back in my car with none of those others.
It
Beautiful
made it back?
cars. Yes, it did make it back. It's always a concern, but yeah, weather-wise, it was great for the festivities up in Auburn and anything else. So that was the good news, and more hot stuff on the way, though. We'll have that for you after this.
If you're eligible for Medicare and covered by employer group insurance other than Medigap or Medicare Supplemental, use insurance first and make Medicare last.
Well, outside right now, just lots of high cirrus clouds around, but no rain. So Bearfield's calling it mostly cloudy out at their location. Temperature 78 degrees, the dew point's at 59, so the relative humidity at 50%. Winds are out of the east at this point at 10 miles per hour, and the pressure is falling from 30.28. Today, we checked in with a high of 78 only, with some of those high clouds around, and 60 was the overnight low, and out at Bearfield, no precipitation being reported today. Now, temperatures around the area shape up like this. We'll say hello to Auburn up to the north at 76 degrees, and Decatur down to the south checking in with 74, so pretty comfortable from north to south all across the area. Now, across the nation anyway, we'll look coast to coast and see where all the clouds are, and most of the Midwest and was cloud-free except for this cluster right in here, which is signaling some warmer, more humid air approaching parts of the Midwest. We'll get a better perspective of it here across the Midwest on this satellite view, and we'll see the cloud cover across Wisconsin and Michigan, and some color enhancement mixed in there because there are some showers and thunderstorms associated with the whole weather system. But temperatures, you'll see what's been going on here. Here we check in at 78 at 4 o'clock anyway, still at 5 o'clock as well, but 60s to the north where it's raining, but to the west-southwest, it quickly jumps into the 80s and even 90s, middle 90s. That's the hot air that's poised to move into the Fort Wayne area, and it's all due to a warm front that's just off to our west and slowly inching its way eastward then, causing all the clouds to form and showers and thunderstorms, which can occur along a warm front. And get a little education here in terms of a warm front itself, what's going on, cooler and drier air. Let's say this is right over Fort Wayne at this time, and to the west, northwest of us, we have that hot air, warm and moist air that just kind of overrides that cool and dry air, which is heavier, and the warmer air is lighter, and along that boundary then you have the clouds that develop and showers and thunderstorms, which is, as I pointed out to you already, occurring back into Wisconsin and Minnesota, and that's what's going on then in terms of the warm front and in a kind of a 3D look at it. And now we'll look at radar and see what's going on. Currently, then, along that warm front, then, with the clouds and warm air overriding that cooler air, those are the showers and thunderstorms in Wisconsin. At this point, kind of moving to the east, so it's really not going to be affecting us here this evening, so that's some good news. Now, what about tomorrow? It's going to look like this, coast to coast. Lots of high pressure off to the west with sunshine then. There'll be some thunderstorms in the Four Corner State region. And the front itself, the warm front, tomorrow then will be kind of skirting the Fort Wayne area, so we will have some clouds around in the afternoon, but the rain threat doesn't come in actually till tomorrow night and into Wednesday as the warm air kind of pushes through the Fort Wayne area. So tomorrow's highs then will shape up like this. We will be in the 80s, so a warmer day tomorrow than what we saw today with less cloud cover, but look at this big area then of 90s. This is what's approaching the Fort Wayne area, so things will be warming up around here in the next couple of days before a cooling trend comes in time for the next weekends, but pretty warm coast to coast. The forecast, though, here for tonight looks like this. We'll see variably cloudy skies, and we'll get down to a low of 61 degrees, so pretty good evening if you're going to go out tonight. No rain to worry about. Then for tomorrow, partly sunny and definitely warmer with a high there of 86. And then for tomorrow night, that's when the thunderstorms come into play with that warm front. We'll have a muggy overnight low there of 68. And then Wednesday, some of the hot stuff there, upper 80s, warm and humid with partly sunny skies with a high there of 88. And the extended forecast shows that Thursday will be one of those shake and bake kind of days there with temperatures near 90. And then for Friday, bring on a cold front that'll kind of start to cool things down in time for Saturday, but still pretty warm on Friday as well. But that rain comes later this week. We held it off for the big 3-day weekend here, so that was good news. We've had enough rain as of late, so.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it made it nice for a lot of people. Out at the lake and the picnics and all that.
They were able to do all of that.
Thanks, Eric.
Well, coming up in sports, Randy tells us about some big-time NFL players who are looking for work. It's final cut-down time around the league.
And Jennifer Capriati may be the future queen, but right now the women's tennis crown still sits atop the head of Steffi Graf.
If your doctor has recommended fiber laxatives and you like the results, but you don't like those glasses of thick liquid, now there's FiberCon, concentrated fiber action in easy-to-swallow tablets. Ask your doctor about FiberCon.
What makes a neighborhood your neighborhood? It's a place you know. A place where you're no stranger.
Hi, stranger.
Oh, hi, Helen.
A place your family can share. A place to be yourself.
I think I want liver and onions.
Liver?
But most of all, it's a place to call home. Hall's Neighborhood Restaurants. Your neighborhood place for over 40 years.
Well, all my friends drink. I mean, it's not like we get drunk or anything. I don't have the problem. You have the problem. No more drinking. Stop crying! I promise it's the last time. Get off my back!
You've tried everything. Nothing's worked. But there is hope. Get through to us at the National Council on Alcoholism and Drug Dependence, and we'll help you get through to them. Just as we've helped thousands of others. Just don't give up.
What's the matter? Don't you trust me?
Geraldo Rivera on death row.
I didn't ask for you to come here. I have but one job, and that's to keep you here.
He spent 24 hours as a condemned man.
When they put me on death row, they put my family on death row.
Behind bars where the only escape.
You know, every morning when you wake up, the state wants to kill you.
His execution.
That's scary feeling, man.
24 hours on death row on the next Geraldo.
Tomorrow at 4 on Wane TV.
People say it's a good idea to prearrange your funeral.
I always plan ahead.
Except for our anniversary trip.
So that the kids...
Well, another guy that didn't have the day off work today, Randy
Yeah.
Shipman. You've been busy running around with all the tennis going on.
Interesting tennis fact. Steffi Graf has been ranked the #1 women's player in the world for 160 straight weeks. That's over
Gee.
3 years. That is a new record. Jimmy Connors was 159.
Wow.
That's over 3. Could you...
No, I couldn't imagine.
Being the best at your job for over 3 years.
Well,
you're
I'd
the
like
best
to think
friend.
so, you know.
Whatever. I think Steffi Graf's getting tired about hearing Jennifer Capriati this, Jennifer Capriati that. You know, Graf's still the women's best player in the world, and she wasn't about to lose to the 14-year-old Capriati in a Grand Slam event. The two met in the 4th round of the U.S. Open. Steffi Graf, known for her great forehand, well, her backhand ain't too bad either. Look at, she lures Capriati in, then says, see ya, right by ya. She wins the first set 6-1 in about a whole 20 minutes or so. But she is known, Steffi Graf, as Fraulein Forehand. This is why. Bam, here it goes. See you later. She is cruising in the second set. She barely let Capriati win any points. We move to match point. Graf on the serve. She'll come in behind this short ball. There goes the big forehand. 6-1, 6-2. Graf advances to the quarterfinals. Now, number 2 men's seed, Boris Becker, having a very tough time against Darren Cahill. So tough that he said, I'm going to hit the ball right at you, see what you do. He blocks it, makes another nice save here, but Becker does get the point. Now, Cahill wins the first set. Becker comes back to win the next 2, but Cahill rebounds in the 4th set to tie it at 2-all because he was truly playing great at the net, and you don't see a lot of that against Becker because he usually controls it, but look at Cahill just everywhere. Bang, bang, great coverage. We go to the deciding 5th set, and that's when Boris gets tough. He gets the one break that he needs. We move to match point. Becker comes to the net. He puts him away. That one pretty much put him away, and that's it. Becker wins in 5. Checking out today's winner for the men, there you see Boris Becker. Andre Agassi advances, and Andrei Cherkasov. For the women, it's Steffi Graf, Zina Garrison, and Yana Novotna. For what it's worth, the first regular season college football polls out. I say for what it's worth because most teams still haven't played a game. Like the top 5, it's still Miami number 1. Notre Dame is 2nd. As we look at the poll here any second, I know we're going to see Miami 1st. Notre Dame 2nd. Florida State and Auburn are tied for 3rd. There is Michigan at number 5. Then it's Colorado, Southern Cal, Tennessee, Clemson, and Nebraska. Illinois is number 11. Ohio State 18. Penn State soon to be in the Big Ten number 21. And Michigan State number 22. It's final cut-down day in the NFL, and as usual, there have been some shocking cuts. Philadelphia waived Chris Carter, their leading scorer a year ago. The Giants said goodbye to running back Joe Morris, their all-time leading rusher. And former Colts quarterback Gary Hogaboom's been given the hee-haw by Phoenix. Meanwhile, Houston's traded running back Alonzo Highsmith to Dallas for some draft picks. The Cowboys also cut veteran running backs Terrence Flagler and Lorenzo Hampton. The Cubs spent Labor Day north of the border taking on the Expos. Former Expo Andre Dawson always does this to his old mates. He drives one down the right field line. That scores Ryan Sandberg and Mark Grace. Cubs up 2-0. Rick Sutcliffe, his second start back after being injured all season, looking good till this, excuse me, single by Delano DeShields. That'll score Spike Owen, and it's a 2-1 game. Cubs still in front. The Expos will tie it. Mike Fitzgerald with the shot that just goes into center field. Golf scores on that one, and it's 2-2. We're going extra innings into the 12th. Bases loaded. Andres Galarraga at bat. Breaks the bat, but it doesn't matter. This one makes it through. The Shield scores. The final from Montreal. Expos win it 3-2. Atlanta beats Cincinnati 8-6. It's New York 9-3 over St. Louis. Pittsburgh keeps pace, beating Philadelphia 4-1. In the American League, it was Detroit hosting Toronto. Beautiful day in the Motor City. Alan Trammell at bat. He gets this one down the left field line. That scores Tony Phillips. Tigers up quickly, 1-0. Chet Lemon now at the plate. He gets this one right to Tony Fernandez, usually a Gold Glover. Boots that one. Travis Fryman will score, and it is 2-0 Tigers. Then it's Cecil Fielder time. Leads, Walt Terrell on the mound. Gets the strikeout. Terrell doing a good job since coming back from the Pirates. And then it's Cecil Fielder time. Hits his league-leading 43rd homer. He has 112 RBI. The final from Motown. Tigers win it 5-0 in a doubleheader. Minnesota beat Milwaukee 6-0. The Twins lead the second game 3-2 in the 7th inning. Seattle leads Baltimore 5-2 in the 8th. And California about to beat New York at 6-0 in the 9th. And let's go back to Montreal for the play of the day. The Dodgers. Alfredo Griffin with the shot into left field. Mike Aldrete with the sliding catch. This one looks good in slow motion. Now, you got to remember, this guy is diving not onto grass, but onto AstroTurf. Mike Aldrete skids his way into the play of the day. Ouch, that smart.
Yes, that I would. As we said before, I can't imagine like diving for a ball and just falling.
Well, you
I'd be
do
afraid
it
I'd
and
break
you
my
don't
neck.
think about it when
Is
you're
that what
doing
it is?
it.
Yeah, I couldn't because I'd be afraid, I'll be hurt something or.
If you think about getting hurt, that's when you get hurt.
Okay, thank you for that advice, Randy.
It's very metaphysical.
Okay, we're back in a moment.
For your convenience, the Grable Bank Leo Road branch now offers an OWL and Cirrus network machine.
From the comfort and convenience and safety of your car, you can now make withdrawals, transfers, or deposits at this 24-hour drive-up facility. You may already have your OWL card, but if not, check with the friendly people at the Leo Road branch of Grable Bank. It's free to all qualified depositors. Check out the 24-hour OWL machine at Grable Bank, corner of State Road 1 and DuPont Road.
This sale is better than good, better than great. This carpet sale beats buying direct from the mill. Now at New York Carpet World, get carpet below cost. Yes, all these styles, lots of colors, slashed below cost. Hundreds more, plushes, Berbers, high-lows, textures, near and at cost. It's incredible. Low prices, lower than sale, lower than mill direct. Carpets at cost, near cost, even below cost. Beats any carpet sale you've seen. Ends Wednesday night at New York Carpet World.
The Arthritis Foundation invites you to join us at Sycamore Hills Golf Club for an evening of dinner and dancing under the stars, September 14th at 7:30. Please join us.
Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. It's friendly.
Hi! Hi, everybody!
It's feisty. It's moving. It's grooving. It's fun. And it's got international flair.
Así, laca, cocolita.
And on the next Live, we'll meet the real Jane Pauley, America's favorite newswoman, and she'll talk to us about her new TV series, Real Life. And we'll find out the latest from the sexy blonde star of the hit series, Knots Landing.
Tomorrow morning at 9 on Wane TV.
I want to say thanks for joining us and thank you for sitting in.
Well, sure.
We'll see you again tonight at 10.
Have a good evening.
Meet the incredible Jane Pauley tomorrow morning at 9 on Live with Regis and Kathy Lee. Now the difference is next on A Current Affair, next on Wane TV.
Get ready for A Current Affair, making a difference with stories that go beyond the headlines. Weeknights at 6:30 this fall on Wane TV.
If you think a muffler is something you just stick under your car, think again. The wrong one can really hurt your engine performance and fuel economy. We know. We've been engineering, building, and installing mufflers for 34 years. You get a muffler here, it's Midas quality. Installed by Midas-trained experts and guaranteed for as long as you own your car. All at a great price. At Midas, we do the job once, and we do it right. Nobody beats Midas. Nobody.
Stop. Do not buy carpet, no wax vinyl flooring, furniture, or bedding until this Tuesday. It's the sale many people wait for. This Tuesday, one day, 12 hours only. It's Clark & Mitchell's huge one-day only sale. From 9 to 9, you'll buy top-quality furniture, bedding, no wax vinyl flooring, and carpet at the lowest prices you'll ever see. All Clark & Mitchell stores will be closed Monday to prepare for this tremendous event. The one-day only sale this Tuesday from 9 to 9 at all Clark & Mitchell locations. Don't miss it.
Hello?
Hi, it's Joe.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good.
Well, gotta go now.
Yeah, me too.
So long.
See ya.
Whether you're calling cross town or cross country, sometimes the most important thing is making the call. It doesn't matter what you say.
He is wonderful.
Always wait for the bus away from the street and traffic. When getting on and off the bus, make sure you can see the driver. If you can see her, she can see you. Take 10 giant steps in front of the bus before you cross the street. Why? If we're too close, the driver can't see us. And always cross in front of the bus. Never pick up anything you drop. Hi, Dad. Remember, it's the stop arm is out, kids are about.
Wane TV, Fort Wayne's first Emmy Award finalist.
But apparently something is wrong here. Something is terribly wrong. Boston Hospital has been advised to stand by for a severe gunshot wound. The President of the United States is dead.
The shot heard around the world is still echoing almost 30 years later, echoing in a million questions that still have no answers.
Nothing. Imagine. Carpet, pad, and labor for any 3 rooms, just $3.99, and credits absolutely free. Hurry, it's only through Wednesday at New York Carpet World.
Cars in Fort Wayne are reaching time trial speeds as they race to L.W. Matthews Menswear in the Village at Coventry. Why? L.W. Matthews is liquidating all regular-sized clothing to make room for more men's big and tall clothing. Now save 50% on all regular-sized clothing. L.W. Matthews hasn't forgotten their big and tall customers either. This week, save 25% on all big and tall clothing as well. Shop early for Father's Day. Race into L.W. Matthews today while selection is best. L.W. Matthews Menswear in the Village at Coventry, I-69 at US 24.
A world-famous detective. Okay, boys, let's go. A no-name kid.
You got a name?
Kid.
Kid?
Kid. Cute little boy.
Go suck an egg.
First, they were enemies.
Where do you think you're going?
Then, they were friends.
Come on, Tracy, let's go.
Now, they're a team.
Oh, baby, watch out!
Warren Beatty is Dick Tracy.
You know, Tracy, for a tough guy, you do a lot of pansy things.
That's my job. Rated PG.
Don't give me no game show. I've had it with talk. Another card show, baby. And you'll see me walk. I want some news. A full half hour of news. I've got them 5 o'clock news blues. Give me Thursday 5, baby. I want Karen and Lee. I'm watching Thursday 5 on Wane TV.
I want to ask Annie, did you mean to hit him in the hip with your shot? What were you aiming at?
Well, I aimed at his hip. I didn't even want to kill him. So I just wanted to run him out of my house and don't let him kill me. So when I shot him, then it really kind of knocked him around, and he leaped right over the arm of the clown over into the kitchen. And he ran out the door. I ran in and locked the door, and then I ran to the hall and called my neighbor and said, come downstairs. I said, man, I broke in on us, and I done had to shoot him to get him out the house. So they come running down, and so I run right back to the door by the table I was standing because I wanted to keep him at the shed door, see. And I was at the shed door of the kitchen, at the kitchen table. And so when I stepped up, they run downstairs, and so they got the phone book. And so I just stepped up the table and said, just call 911. And step back down, he done cracked the door like this again. I yelled, right?
Let me, the cops finally came. The guy was taunting you, but you kept your gun on him. Let's go to the third of our grannies who got her gun. And Edith, also from the Dallas area. Did you ever have to shoot anyone?
No, but I wouldn't hesitate to if I had to.
Really? And there was a case where an intruder broke in and you went and tracked him down with your firearm?
I sure did. And I sat him on the curb for 45 minutes waiting for the police with that shotgun right at his head.
And are you saying...
He kept saying, please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. He was drunk when he got there, but he was sober when they got him off.
I do declare, I am sure of that. But you have used that shotgun, haven't you? You've shot out the windows?
Oh, yeah, I sure have. The apartment complex next to us was full of pushers, pimps, prostitutes, and users. And before I moved there, they would get high and shoot over at this complex, which is separated by a cyclone fence. And so when I moved there and they started, I thought, well, I'm going to put an end to this. So I'd go up and get in a vacant apartment, and I'd shoot back, and I shot out every glass that was on this whole end of the thing.
Edith,
sliding glass doors and all.
Can you see how many people might think that your action was a little bit extreme?
No, because they didn't live where I do. Because if they did, they'd have done the same damn thing.
What about calling the cops, though?
Well, it isn't the boys in blue. You worry about them. You have their full cooperation, and they're as nice as they can be. But it's the higher-ups and the city council that keep them from doing their job.
And you think that the politicians are saying to the police to pull back?
No, they're not saying to the police to pull back. We have 300 per shift for the entire city of Dallas. And at the rate they're killing off now, we're not going to have 100 pretty soon.
Do you think other grandmas, other people should arm themselves?
Right now in our apartment complex, there's 160 of us, and I'd say about 80% of them have rifles.
How many folks here in the audience have guns at least at home? Raise your hands. Raise them high. Come on. Don't be afraid. Raise your hand again, man. Oh, a lot of people say, I see you over there. All right, it looks like about a dozen of them. Let me introduce the experts now, because obviously there is an issue to debate here. Roy Ennis, a man with whom I will be inextricably linked forever, is the national chairman of the Congress of Racial Equality, a longtime advocate of those who have been victimized by crime. He incidentally, and I didn't know this, has been personally affected by crime. 2 of his sons were murdered. Barry Slotnick, who is the attorney for Lady Getz, gained fame for his defense of the so-called subway vigilante Bernhard Getz here in New York. He is currently defending Yvonne, as I said. She has been dubbed Lady Getz. On perhaps the other side of this discussion is Ronald Kuby, who is an associate of the famed or notorious, depending on your point of view, defense attorney William Kunstler. Ron also has defended the alleged muggers in the Bernhard Getz case. In other words, he was on the other side. He is currently representing one of the victims in a civil lawsuit against Getz. So before we bring on the other ladies, let's ask these guys. Ron, well, as charming as these ladies are, do you see a danger of a kind of vigilantism run rampant?
Well, clearly, the first 2 people we heard from acted completely lawfully and well within their rights. Indeed, I think they even acted heroically. Certainly, they acted legally. This business about taking a shotgun and more or less indiscriminately firing at a crack house next door because there's shots coming from that house, however, should make people a little bit nervous about the kind of neighborhood that you're creating. I live in a very bad neighborhood, too, but I don't think it's going to be improved whatsoever by me taking my gun and start firing indiscriminately at people.
Roy, you want to respond?
Yes. I will bet, I'm in Dallas, I will bet the shooting stopped after Granny blew those windows out.
It did.
And I'm so concerned that Ron's a decent man, and many decent people like Ron are overly concerned about the actions of Yvonne, of Granny, and not about the actions of the criminals. The criminals were doing that for a long time.
Let me go to Yvonne now. Your case is still in litigation. You are charged not with an assault, but with the illegal possession of the firearm.